What's your position on allowing the eminent domain process where the beneficiary is from out of state, for example, the new transmission lines across private land to ship electricity to California?
I believe we were sent that as a questionnaire. That was one of the questions. To me, that would be something that would be a negotiation that would need to be done between the landowner and the people that's wanting to lay it. I don't see, as far as government on a larger scale, stepping in and making one statement for all of it. Because you have some land in Wyoming that's used and some that isn't. So if you're dealing with a vacant land or a landowner that's out of state not using that land, they're going to look at that a lot differently than a farmer or a rancher would needing that.
Leslie Peterson, 1 minute.
Like many others in the state, I'm anxious for the Wind Task Force report that the Legislative Committee is working on now, and it'll be ready before the next session of the legislature. And of all of the good steps that have been taken with regard to wind energy, the philosophical decision that they should be taxed like other industries in Wyoming, and all of the other, coverage of larger projects under the Industrial Facility Siting Act and stuff. The one thing that is clearly not resolved is the use of eminent domain on connector lines particularly. And there is a 1-year moratorium on that, which I feel fully supportive of, and I believe that the Wind Task Force is working hard on that question to come up with the best possible resolution that can meet our desire to develop wind energy at the same time protecting the private property rights of those who do not wish to have connector lines. Delicate work.
Pete Gosar, 60 seconds.
In Sublette County, if you want to build a fence, you talk to your neighbor. And that essentially is how I view this. Eminent domain is the last recourse. It's used for public opportunity when the private person will not work with the governmental agency. And so I believe that when you have more people involved in the process, more people signing on to the project, because remember, when the wind turbine goes on a piece of property, that landowner sees the financial benefit. But those connector lines, those apparatus that cross his neighbors or her neighbors' fields, do not see the financial result. But it doesn't impact their viewscape and the industrial siting part of their land. And so I support the Wind Energy Task Force, and I think that we need to move towards an 85 and 90, maybe 95% agreement on those people's lands, because once you have a larger group of people agreeing, then you have a better solution and a more lasting solution, and I think that's what we're looking for.
Chris Zachary, 30 seconds.
I'll stick with what I said as far as if they own the land, it's theirs. If it's being occupied for their use, there needs to be some kind of meeting of the minds with that.